and Now biscuits.
Inquiry in preparation for 2027 general elections. IRC plans for salary wages tax. And churches announces 50th anniversary plans. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. Inquiry into the 2027 national general election was held today to follow up on key recommendations for the police, PNG Defence Force and the Electoral Commission.
Make an undertaking, we will help.
The discussions today were centered around the recommendations that were made by the Special Parliamentary Committee on 2022 general elections for the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, the PNG Defence Force and the Electoral Commission to prepare for the 2027 national general election. One of the topics talked about was the collaboration between the three key stakeholders in running the election. The committee chairman, Alan Baird, asked the PNG Defence Force Rear Admiral Philip Polewara on what measures they are taking with the RPNGC to upgrade security in the coming election.
Interventions to try to upgrade the intelligence sharing, the intelligence sharing activities between yourselves and the police? And if so, could you give us a briefing on that?
Sepuka further elaborated on this.
Coordination and intelligence, it is recommendation 50, 55 and 62 that you engage in joint operational planning and intelligence sharing. Has that been started? 2, implement joint security communication strategy, recommendation 57, and develop a security coding system for risk assessment, recommendation 54.
This was Admiral Polewara's response to their query.
Police and other agencies on officer level, like me knowing what is happening, not at that level yet. But for defense, we are preparing and we are planning for the worst case. And I mentioned the provincial authorities. That is the softer approach to dealing with our people. There is also the harder approach, which we are not supposed to use against our own people. In uniform, I am not supposed to hurt my people, but there are times that we have to cross the red line.
The member for Irikoyari, Kit Iduhu, also asked if there were any training exercises done as preparations for the upcoming national election. To this, however, the PNGDF commander said there are none as yet. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, discussions were also drawn during the inquiry into the use of dangerous firearms during elections.
For the 2027 elections. Yes.
After noting the use of firearms over the 2022 national general election, the Special Parliamentary Committee on Election came up with recommendations for the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary and the PNG Defence Force to work in partnership to look into this issue.
Violence, it is no longer it is when you become a leader when you have weapons, things that you can force yourself to become a leader. Trying to get ourselves into those areas is pretty difficult. Most times we face resistance.
Governor Bird asked on this in line with the recommendations that were made for this, especially with regards to confiscating unlicensed weapons from the civilians. The Assisting Police Commissioner, Julius Tassion, elaborated on the challenges involved in their efforts to do so. He further elaborated on this.
The PNGDF turn a blind eye to those things, or what's the practice?
No, sir. We've tried. We've tried going in, trying to retrieve those weapons. Most times we face resistance by the locals. Like the Commander PNGDF said, sometimes we face, repercussions. Villagers are shooting back at us.
The Chief of Staff of the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, Chief Superintendent Kyle Saltmarsh, said the strong ammunitions come from across the borders.
Ammunition like firearms comes across international borders. We know historically that there has been ammunition leakage from government stores, and over the last 4 years there's been significant tightening of those government stores. I'm pleased to say that our PNGC ammunition stores are acquitted.
The PNGDF commander also shared the same sentiments. Admiral Polewara said a strategy they're using to retrieve the ammunitions is through community and church leaders.
In progress at Enga province. And Enga too is making progress, working with the people, working with the community leaders. Because when we leave, if the community leaders are not involved, the provincial leaders, we will leave a vacuum there. They must be involved and take control of the situation and of their province. I'm saying that in addressing law and order, plus also the gun issue. They must take ownership of it.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commissioner was not present today to give his reports on the preparations for the 2027 National General Election. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
The chairman for the Special Parliamentary Committee on the 2022 National General Election and provincial member for East Sepik, Alan Bird, advised the PNGDF and the RPNGC to start coordinating.
My recommendation would be that at some level, this coordinating effort should start now between your two organizations, and if there are any other organizations that need to take part. And you need to start bringing in, if you have communication lines with Treasury and Finance, you need to start using those. Obviously, we're starting this now, this process, because we want to signal that this is the time that this planning needs to occur, because based on our inquiries, this is what you told us, well, members of your organizations and even the Electoral Commission said to us, we need to start early.
Internal Revenue Commissioner General Sam Coim is calling on Papua New Guineans in the workforce to be patient as they are working towards reducing salary wages tax.
Mr. Coim said in a press conference yesterday that the IRC may reduce salary and wages tax in future, but it will take time to reach that period.
But salary wages is killing us. Of course, all of us pay salary wages tax. And every time this comes up, the reduction in salary wages tax will have a revenue positive impact on the GST, so we can trade off in meeting the government budget. So that's the kind of thinking we have, and we are designing it. I know everybody's jumping up and down, but it's just a little bit of patience for the next 6 months to 1 year.
The Commissioner General further said Papua New Guineans should also know that not everything is free and people are required to pay tax.
So these are benefits you're receiving, and then you have free, everybody wants free health, free education, everything free in this country. You know, we also want free cash handouts. Where is this coming from? It's coming from the tax money. So when you put pressure on all our MPs to bring you free cash for your bride price, house price, compensations, all the list, that is also putting strain on everybody to go and find tax money to come and deliver.
Coim said the IRC is also under pressure to meet its target for 2025. He said revenue collection for 2024 was over 17 billion kina, and the government have increased the target for 2025 by 14%, which equals to 19.9 billion kina. Despite this significant target, Coim said the government still implemented other key relief measures, such as first-home buyer incentives, tax exemption on superannuation and judges' pensions, retirement savings account relief, corporate tax reduction for banks, simplified tax filing for small businesses, and tax clearance certificate.
What I'm saying is, under stressful circumstances, these are the reliefs that are being offered, and we at the bureaucratic level, we are delivering it.
Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
Minister for Foreign Affairs Justin Chechenko officially met the new Australian High Commissioner to PNG, His Excellency Mr. Ewan Neil MacDonald. The pair had a meeting recently.
Minister Tachenko acknowledged new Australian High Commissioner His Excellency Mr. Ewan Neil MacDonald on his appointment, saying it was very timely and looked forward to the continuous partnership together. During his first meeting with High Commissioner MacDonald last week, Tachenko said both PNG and Australia already have a lot of positive outcomes and developments, including the current bilateral security agreement, assisted internal security in the country. He added that, additionally, the security treaty that Mr. MacDonald had initiated during his time as Special Envoy to the Pacific is now coming to reality. Minister Tachenko said that the National Executive Council had approved the security treaty and it is now in the hands of all parties to come out with suitable and agreed outcome. He said NEC had also appointed Department of Foreign Affairs Secretary Mr. Elias Wohengu as the chairman of Security Treaty. High Commissioner MacDonald commended the leadership and contribution of Minister Tachenko and Secretary Wohengu to the bilateral security agreement now underway. He said appointment of Secretary Wohengu as the negotiating chair has been well received on the Australian side. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
Also, Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tachenko said that the National Executive Council has approved the opening of a Papua New Guinea embassy in the United Arab Emirates in the Middle East.
Minister Tachenko announced this during his meeting with the Envoy of Foreign Affairs, Minister of United Arab Emirates, Omar Shehadat in Port Moresby. Mr. Tachenko welcomed Mr. Shehadat and his delegation to PNG, stating this visit was timely as PNG is moving towards opening the embassy in their country. While noting United Arab Emirates' advancement, Tachenko said PNG would like to work with them. He told his counterpart that PNG will now have a representative in their region with the opening of the embassy. Mr. Tachenko said PNG will willingly learn from the opportunities this partnership will provide. Mr. Shehadat said they are ready and honored to support PNG in any way they can. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News returns with more of today's top stories after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken for best for dinner. Yum.
This stuff, right?
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you.
And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we talk Jericho Firelight Sevens, We check out the SP Sports Award finalist announcement.
We officially announce our finalists.
And we talk PNG in the NRL. Sports Scene tonight at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
Secure your advertising today with MTV. Vocal Fusion Season 12. Book now. Contact our sales team on 312-9200 or email mtvsales@mtv.com.pg.
We're watching National MTV News. PNG churches gathered in an information session on church awareness leading to the countdown of the 50th celebrations.
This meeting of PNG churches was organized by the Department of Community Development and Religion. This emphasizes that churches have a special role in nation building. The session was to discuss how the churches can participate in celebrating the 50th journey of PNG. Secretary for Community Development and Religion, Jerry Ubase, said to honor the past and celebrate the present in sharing and planning for the 50th celebration.
As we begin today's session, let us open our hearts to learn, share, and plan how we can make Golden Jubilee not just a national celebration, but a spiritual milestone for PNG.
Additionally, Chairman of Body of Christ, Reverend Joseph Walters, said Papua New Guinea is a nation that sits on prophecy. Deputy Chairman for Body of Christ, Pastor Michael Wilson, outlined the PNG Church's awareness plan and programs that will be held towards the celebration of the Golden Jubilee.
We embrace the good that the Lord has blessed us. We must deal with the bad today for a better tomorrow. We must deal with the bad today for a better tomorrow. So, we will ask him, marijuana enough now. We will ask him, younger girls, round nothing enough now. We will ask him, tribal fight enough now. When we fight yet, you go yet, when we fight yet, enough now. We will ask him, Sabe line, or Minister of Office, government line. Enough, so speaker, we will still living or enough now. We must think of a country now. We must go back to a country and enough now. Enough now. We will ask him online where we said only walking on kind and something, and talk, walking on kind and something of country. We will talk, thank you. That's what we will ask him you. But you walk about the next 50 years or maybe change. If there's a time to change, then there's no better time to change. And on the Jubilee celebration time is the best time to change. My pastor. So people are carrying this flag all over the four corners of the country.
Prime Minister James Marape thanked the churches.
So I am happy that you are here. Thank you very much. You've been here since the 1800s. You've been here right through up to 1975. And 50 years old, you are here today. I want to step back on behalf of the 7 prime ministers before me, myself as the 8th, on behalf of the entire country. I want to say thank you very much. Thank you, Brother Herrera.
Marape announced to give 10 million kina to the churches to proceed with the programs and awareness.
And today, the government has made available 10 million kina.
Nicole Rama, National MTV News.
Australia will make an immediate contribution of $5 million Australian dollars to support PNG's response to the detection of vaccine-derived poliovirus. This is through the World Health Organization, who will support the integration of polio vaccines with other routine childhood immunizations. Australia is also supporting a technical advisory group guiding PNG's response. The police commissioner, David Manning, confirmed that 2 criminals involved in the kidnapping of several people in the Western Province are now in police custody. He also confirmed that the hostages remain unharmed.
Following the release of a number of hostages recently, Manning said 6 are still being held captive. He said police operations are ongoing to end the ordeal for those held captive, and further information will be released when available. The kidnapping took place on the 12th of May in Western Province, near the border of Hela and Southern Islands provinces. The analysis of intelligence and communications has revealed the identities of the offenders and their associates in this criminal activity. The commissioner said police are continuing to face serious challenges due to limited aviation support in this region. Ready access to appropriate aviation assets, including helicopter, is essential to the delivery of policing services to the remote communities. Commissioner Manning said police continue to work with the government and private industry partners to address this. In the meantime, Manning has called on all third parties to stay out of this situation, to let police do their jobs to free the hostages in a lawful manner. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Eastern Highlands Provincial Police Commander Chief Superintendent John Kale refuted police corruption and harassment allegations made by street vendors in Goroka.
PPC Kale, in a joint statement with the Goroka Urban Local Level Government Town Manager Mr. Stephen Toanisa, expressed disappointment on an article titled "Street Vendors Struggle with Police Misconduct" by a daily paper last week. Chief Superintendent Kale claimed that the article lacked a statement from authorities and was based on allegations, labeling it as one-sided. He pointed out that any allegations on the conduct of police by the public must be reported to the Internal Investigations Unit with evidence for the police officers to be disciplined. Chief Superintendent Kale said police were operating under the town authority bylaws as part of an initiative taken in partnership with Goroka District Development Authority to take back Goroka. He said police awareness was done in February, advising street vendors to do their marketing at designated. He said police awareness was done in February, advising street vendors to do their marketing at designated market areas in the town. The town manager, Mr. Stephen Toanisa, highlighted the Take Back Goroka program, stating the partnership will contribute to restoring Goroka town by maintaining cleanliness and a safe environment. Goroka MP Aya Tambua said the partnership program was funded by the district through the allocation of a vehicle. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
NCD and Central Police Commander Acting Assistant Commissioner Benjamin Turi has confirmed that police are hard at work to ensure the murders and arson incident at Waigani in the early hours of Monday morning does not escalate to other parts of the city and Central Province.
He said the investigators are doing their job to firstly identify the deceased, obtain statements from possible eyewitnesses, and create a file that will guide them in further investigations. Commander Turi, however, further adds that the report is sketchy because the Engen and Goilala factions involved are yet to come forward to provide statements on what really happened. He said there are many social media posts regarding this that are misleading, of which police are also working to verify to provide updates to the public. Commander Turi added that police officers in Central are patrolling their areas of operation in Central Province and have confirmed that there are no roadblocks along the Iritano Highway, dispelling rumors on social media. He said it is an unfortunate situation that has caused many people to suffer as vendors have lost their belongings in the market, further inconveniencing local customers. The commander said police have limited capacity to adequately police the city. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Over the last 10 years, a Papua New Guinean coffee export company, Weir Trade, has diversified its operations, adding cocoa and roasted coffee on its list of products. The owner of Arab Coffee brand now plans to make instant coffee, packaged coconut and bottled water as it expands operations in Lae.
We Trade is owned by Dr. Joel Waramboy, a food scientist who 10 years ago decided to put his research to work in a new business. He began by buying coffee from farmers in the Irap region and exporting to overseas markets, later expanding his activities through a government program via the Coffee Industry Corporation.
2015 and 16, we started this work on them CIC, PPAP, Productive Partnership in Agriculture project, that was funded by the World Bank, IFAD, and the PNG government. So we work on them all farmer, but prior to that, we Mrs. buying coffee that's all Buang, in Watut, in Arab, all this all have.
We Trade supports 500 farmers in Irap. Over the last 5 years, the company has exported over 60 containers, bringing in a gross revenue of 10 million kina. 7 million kina has been paid directly to coffee farmers.
Mibla work on them all farmer Irap, Nawai district, Morobe. So Mibla help him all plan him all coffee, give him all nubla all seedling, rehabilitate him all coffee garden blong all. Give him all school survey, like financial literacy training, all this la. And then we build him coffee mill factory now style here.
One of the company's most visible products is Irap coffee, roasted and packaged here in this factory. With targets set for the next 24 months, Dr. Waramboy plans to make instant coffee, bottled water, and processed coconut. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
Kairuku District of Central Province have embarked on the Kairuku Coast Cattle Project, which aims to establish pathways to sustainable development and economic empowerment.
The landowners held a consultative meeting aiming to harness the district's agricultural potential and uplift the livelihoods of the people of Nara and Kairuku. Key stakeholders, including Minister for Energy and Member for Kairuku, Honorable Peter Isohaimo, Project Consultant Mr. Sid Pope, representative from the Livestock Corporation Limited and District Administration. Minister Isohaimo emphasized on the agricultural potential in Kairuku District. He stated that the project would open many economical opportunities and developments when going into full operation in 2026. With the support from the national government, Isohaimo urged the village chiefs and landowners to embrace the cattle project for its sustainability and economical benefits. Pakatambua, National MTV News.
Now we take a look at the NES Farm Market Report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2442 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2367 US, $0.3655 Australian dollars, $0.2013 euro, 33.73 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed lower, copper closed higher, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
We have the Valuations Act 1967. Now, that becomes an issue.
Join us Monday night at 7 as we look at the valuation industry in Papua New Guinea.
So with that, for customary landowners, it is very important that they have to get their lands registered at Lands Department. Having the ILG for their land is very important.
That's on Monday night. MTV proudly wishes Papua New Guinea a happy 50th anniversary. You're watching National MTV News. Moving to news abroad, Donald Trump has confronted South African President Cyril Ramaphosa over violence inflicted on white farmers in the country in a tense White House meeting.
It will be remembered as one of the great ambushes in the White House. Beware a president with props. All he had to do was to order the lights to be turned down. But for 20 minutes or so, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa's visit to the Oval Office was going well. President Ramaphosa congratulated Trump on the renovations he's made to the Oval Office. He thanked him for allowing the South African delegation to visit and for allowing US officials to begin bilateral discussions on trade. He referred to the work that you're doing to bring peace around the world. Trump the renovator, Trump the facilitator, Trump the president in search of peace. So far, so good. Ever since the disastrous meeting in February between President Trump and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, world leaders have tread carefully upon entering this newly spruced up lion's den. But the conversation began its descent into disaster when a journalist asked President Trump, "What would it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?" President Ramaphosa did something few, if any, leaders have done before. He jumped in, saying he could answer for President Trump. A brave and unorthodox decision. It was a particularly precarious move given the sensitivity of the subject and the fact that the Trump White House has been running hard on the claim that the South African authorities are overseeing or turning a blind eye to such a genocide.
Meanwhile, the United Nations insists that aid is being allowed into Gaza is not getting to the people who desperately need it, even as Israel partially lifts its humanitarian blockade of the Strip.
The aid trucks which are entering Gaza through the Kerem Shalom crossing near the Israel-Egypt border, and there's been another 100 of them making that journey today, are depositing their precious cargo on the Gaza side of the fence line, and then they are turning around and heading back into Israel. The expectation from there is that humanitarian agencies, such as those run by the United Nations, pick up those supplies and take them further into Gaza and to the people who need them. Quite aside from there being an issue and a debate with the small number of trucks coming over the border, far fewer than what it says is needed to tackle the hunger crisis, the UN is saying it's struggling to get to those supplies. While the aid crisis continues, the Israeli Prime Minister is also defending his military's expanded offensive in Gaza. Have continued across the Strip, and more evacuation warnings have been issued in northern Gaza in the last few hours after rockets were detected being fired towards Israel. Even as countries around the world demand Israel show some restraint given the high civilian death toll, Benjamin Netanyahu says the offensive is delivering on its goals. He says it's probable Hamas military commander Mohammed Sinwar has been killed in recent days. And in his first press conference in 5 months, Benjamin Netanyahu made this promise.
Our forces are seizing more and more territory to clear it of terrorists and Hamas terror infrastructure. At the end of this process, all areas of Gaza will be under the Israeli security control and Hamas will be completely defeated.
In Australia, New South Wales Emergency Services anticipates a severe weather which continues to impact communities in the Mid-North Coast, the Hunter region and surroundings for days to come.
While the Manning River at Taree is slowly falling after reaching its peak, major flooding is still occurring. Near Kempsey, the Macleay River is still rising above the major flood level. Local cafe owner Dan Burkery is hunkering down as the river rises near his property.
The river's come over on the banks here at our property and it's flooded the property, so we're still here waiting it out and we're up high, so hopefully we should be okay. We're part of an amazing community here. The Mid-North Coast is an incredible place and people always come together and help everyone out, and I can't see that being different this time. So we're just ready for it all to pass and to crack in and get on with the clean-up and have a look at what we can do for the future.
The record flooding has been declared a natural disaster as a massive emergency response gets underway. More than 100 schools are closed across the state. The major rain is expected to become more widespread during the next 48 hours, engulfing central and southern New South Wales along with eastern Victoria. The state member for Oxley, which covers 4 local government areas on the mid-north coast, says residents are preparing for conditions to worsen.
Still in Australia, a new treatment for Alzheimer's disease has been registered with the Therapeutic Goods Administration for the first time in more than 2 decades.
The doctors are calling this news a breakthrough. They say they've been waiting for an announcement like this for the past 25 years, which was the last time the Therapeutic Goods Administration registered a drug to treat Alzheimer's. This new drug, Kisunla or donanemab, as they're both called, this works by targeting a specific type of protein which builds up in the brain of someone who has been diagnosed with the disease. Now, doctors stress that this new drug is not a cure, but what it can do is significantly slow the cognitive decline that comes with the disease and give people a better quality of life for longer. It is important to stress that this will not be effective for all patients. This is purely for those in the very early stages of their diagnosis who have a confirmed presence of those proteins in their brain as well. They'll need to meet a specific genetic profile to have success using this drug. But across Australia, there's more than 600,000 people who are believed to be currently living with the disease, and some doctors suggest that that number could double by 2050. So a significant step forward this morning for those people.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Join us weekly on MTV News, A Closer Look, their current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
appealing to all the residents.
business,
PL launched its VPN,
politics,
to infiltrate into our systems,
sports, and more.
As we observe the preparations for the women's.
A Closer Look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. 36 finalists for the 2025 SP Sports Awards were announced yesterday in Port Moresby.
Chairman of the SP Sports Award Selection Panel, Warwick Vele, highlighted the strong public engagement in the nomination process with 210 total nominations. He emphasized the importance of quality over quantity, noting that the pride Papua New Guineans take in celebrating their athlete remains strong.
This year we've had a really strong amount of nominations. We had 210 in total, 135 online, 60 in hard copy, and 15 that we unfortunately had to put aside because they were submitted on in hard copy but without the supporting documentation. So again, I want to emphasise that it's really, really important that we submit complete nominations with all the supporting details so that we can properly vet it and we can get a true picture of the nominations.
Vele affirmed that Male Athlete of the Year category stood out, receiving the highest number of nominations with 49 submissions, 44 online and 5 hard copy, showcasing the depth of male sporting talent across the country in 2024. Moreover, SP Buri Corporate Affairs Manager John Nilkare has also announced former PNG netballer Veitu Diro as the guest speaker for the awards night set for June 14, 2025 in Port Moresby.
The 2025 SP Sports guest speaker is none other than Veitu Diro. I think she's a wonderful pick. Well done, committee, for picking her. You know, she's, well, I'll read her bio and we'll see it on the TV soon. But
Diro joined the event virtually to express her honor.
3 different sports, basketball, netball, and softball. I am very excited because I'm going to be the guest speaker at the 33rd SP Sports Award. I'm very excited to tell my story about how sport shaped me. I hope that young people will be inspired by it.
Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
SP PNG Hunter Centre Elijah Roltinga is looking forward for the top of the table clash against the Townsville Blackhawks.
During the training session yesterday, Roltinga highlighted the challenges faced during his rehabilitation process to returning back to the field.
With the Seagulls was kind of tough because I was still on my injury and came back, so it was kind of tough for me. But, you know, for the help of the boys inside the field, I managed to get through the whole 80 minutes and, yeah, and the last week, the whole game was, I feel better when I played, so yeah, I feel like I'm coming back to my normal running, so yeah.
He also aims to do his best in training to secure his place in the team.
Like the last year's game, I mean, I was good last year, but that doesn't guarantee me for this year I will, you know, still manage my position. So every week I need to give my best on training. So yeah, I'd have to give my best on training to prove to the coach that I have to make this position.
Roltinga said he is happy with the team's performance in training and is looking forward for the match.
I think the boys, you know, our coach is a smart coach. Like last year, so we made it to the semi-finals and he came back. He saw wherever we need to work on, like off the field and on the field there. He used to remind us that these things that made us, we made it through semi-finals, and if we continue to do the same things and like the things that made it out of the top, I mean, didn't make it to the finals, we have to work on this and help us make it to the finals. I believe in this team, yeah. We have some good boys. The young ones are here, they are good boys too, so I believe in them. We'll make it to the finals, I think.
Natasha Ovoy, Chukai Sports.
Post PNG today hosted a soft media launch of the new Ticketmaster service in partnership with More Printing at the Brian Bell Plaza. The initiative is supported by PNG RFL, PNG Hunters and the Santos National Football Stadium venue management team.
The new ticketing service aims to provide greater convenience for rugby league and sports fans by making tickets available at post offices. More Printing Service Managing Director David Dewin further stressed on the partnership.
With this partnership, it's going to allow Papua New Guineans to find it easier to get to a place to buy a ticket to go to the football and have a great day out. And whether that be with the Digicel Cup, whether it be a Hunters game, or it could be a Carols by Candlelight. If it's held at the NFS, it's going to be through Ticketmasters, and these guys will be able to.
The Santos National Football Stadium General Manager St. Vincent shared similar sentiments.
Important partnerships. I really want to thank Host PNG for their commitment, and we're going to work hard closely with them to ensure this is successful. This is a successful franchise.
Mr. Vincent further stated that ticketing is important in the lead up to PNG having an NRL team in 2028. Meanwhile, Executive Officer of Post PNG Justin Warinu says 5 branches of Post PNG will be operating to offer the ticketing services in Port Moresby.
Just today that will operate. Those are this branch here, Brian Bell, Waterfront Football, Morocco Post Office, 9 Mile Makana, LSU, and Rainbow. All these facilities, we have very flexible trading hours, and all our people and our supporters will be able to have access to tickets from Sunday to Sunday. We have our committed workers, and we have those operating hours that are very convenient.
This partnership is part of Post PNG's community obligation to support sports development and accessibility in PNG. Joel Mipari, Chukai Sports.
We'll be back with more of Chukai Sports after the break. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports. Share the love with Gala Ice Cream, Gala Cone Ice Creams, Gala Stick Ice Creams, and Gala Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gala range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gala Ice Creams.
Gala, Gala, yum.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You may hold him and walk one time. Oh, 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 oh.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. From the pasta, the white sauce. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local market. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number 1 to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
We're back with True Guy Sports. Project Yumi Inc. today has announced its recent collaboration with Australia Valley District Cricket Club and Nightcliff Cricket Club in delivering a generous donation of cricket merchandise to Cricket PNG.
Speaking today during the donation, Project Yumi Inc. President Ms. Alina Kukari gave an insight of the donation.
Our mission is to enhance the quality of education and healthcare in Papua New Guinea. As part of our mission, we've helped to facilitate, donate cricket equipment to Cricket PNG through support from the Valley District Cricket Club in Brisbane and also the Nightcliff Cricket Club in Darwin. So we'd like to commend them for their support in making this donation happen.
Cricket PNG Board Chairman Mick Harrison thanked Project Yumi for the donation drive.
On behalf of Cricket Papua New Guinea, I'd just like to thank Project Yumi for their effort in organising the gear that came from Australia through Danny at the Valleys Cricket Club, which all the merchandise will be used throughout PNG, distributed evenly amongst all the associations and clubs that require the uniforms in this much needed time.
The generous donation aims to support Cricket PNG development and inspire young players in Papua New Guinea. Joel Mipari, True Guy Sports.
Goroka MP Ayet Tambua challenged the Goroka Soccer Association to send a team to the National Soccer League.
MP Tambua challenged them while presenting 500,000 kina to the association. This comes under Goroka District Development Authority's commitment to enhance soccer in the province.
Because we believe so. Future playing for young monkey or is a place up there. Now a line player maybe on no chance. That's all. Give the line for Campiania and give them a big chance. Soccer and big game, big sports, big money, big so you must target in business.
MP Tambua said the support is in line with the district's plan to empower youths in sports and revive soccer in Goroka.
What kind of Goroka district can come up? Major sports of the Lanis, the big partner of the Lanis on female team. People will come up, major sports of the organization team.
This will also prepare youths to push for a team into the Australian Soccer League. He said part of the district's commitment includes the construction of a state-of-the-art swimming pool in partnership with other stakeholders.
It's the swimming pool now, and the Kaita people are preparing kind of sports or swimming pool now. Soccer, you will understand, and swimming pool for you start. Now, it's on medical and swimming pool will start. Basketball team will go, swimming pool will start. So you may develop him. This institution from the past that game especially in Goroka.
Tambua said almost 500,000 kina is going towards sports. A total of 16 clubs registered under the Goroka Soccer Association, including the University of Goroka, Goroka Technical College, and 10 residential clubs. Lauren Jimal, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus Weather Report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Tonight on Sports Scene, we talk Jericho Firelight Sevens, we check out the SP Sports Award finalist announcement,
We officially announce our finalists.
and we talk PNG in the NRL. Sports Scene, tonight at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Daro, cloudy periods with squally showers, rain and thunderstorms. Kerama, cloudy with occasional showers, rain and thunderstorm. Alota, cloudy with periods of rain and thunderstorm. Popondetta, cloudy with showers, rain and thunderstorm. To the Momasa region, Lay City, cloudy with occasional rain showers and thunderstorms. Medang, cloudy with occasional rain showers and thunderstorms. We were cloudy with evening rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Vanimo, partly cloudy with rain showers. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, partly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Keveng, occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Kokopon Rabaul, occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, mostly cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms. Buka, partly cloudy with rain showers. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, cloudy with heavy showers and rain and thunderstorms. Goroka, Bans and Kondiawa, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Mendi, Tsari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with frequent heavy rain and showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that was the news, sports and weather for Thursday, the 22nd of May, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
She's just going to work.
Somewhere where she should have been safe.
They go beyond the headlines.
And the monster followed her into the bathroom.